Okay, today will feel like we have our foot on the gas and the universe has its hand on the brake. We feel this urge to move, to change something, say something, decide on something, to push forward towards a dream, a desire, a goal. The fire in us is awake. But as soon as we try to sprint, as soon as we try to just jump ahead, resistance, delays, no's, scheduling issues, money realities appear. It'll feel like we are heading a brick wall. And for people who are not taking the time to understand this transit, they're going to feel like they are failing, that the timing is wrong, the dream is dead. And what actually is happening is we're being asked to refine how we go after what we want, to pair our passions, our dreams, our goals with patience and strategy, integrity. So we'll break down the energy together, starting with the numerology, then to the astrology, of course the cards. But first, let me turn the energy to you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support, your time, your love. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. And welcome to your Daily Focus, December the 8th, 2025. So the energy of the 8th is fabulous energy because it's all about creating wealth, creating prosperity in our life, creating stature in our life. We gain respect on a day like today through our actions, through our words. So once again, walking with integrity is a vital part of today's energy. 3 plus 8 plus 9 would give us a 20 energy, right? 17, yeah, 20. And the 20 is about a turning point, a decision that needs to be made, a new path, a rebirth, a reset. 2 plus 0 is a 2, and that is about, yes, coming together and working as a team, growing relationships and partnerships, and new relationships and partnerships can come in under 2 energy as well. But I like to remind you, it is about the magic that surrounds us and the magic that we have within. Our talents, our abilities, our capabilities, the unique self. And understanding it as a true gift to take forward with you, to utilize. Sun is in Sagittarius, Moon is in Leo, and Mars squares Saturn today. So Mars squares Saturn, and Mars is in Sagittarius, so we are feeling... Mars is feeling drive and will and instinct to act. And being in Sagittarius, Mars wants to take risks, okay? Mars wants to say yes and go big and explore. And Saturn is saying, slow down, okay? Just hold on a second. We need to check our motives here. We need to act with integrity. And we need to ask ourselves, does this align? Does this align with our emotional truth, our spiritual truth? Now, the square, yeah, this is the day that our foot is on the gas and Saturn has a hand on the brake. This is a walk your talk kind of energy. Integrity in action. And it'll teach us. It'll teach us to have perseverance, resilience, grow our resilience. It will teach us patience on how to keep going when it's not that easy to go, or glamorous, or sexy, or instantly rewarding. Because when there is a square, there is tension. When there is a square, we hit walls, we hit roadblocks. And our first emotion, I think it's a tie. Anger, frustration, okay? Anger, frustration. So we really need to be aware of when we are getting angry, when we're getting frustrated, when we feel, because that's where the self-doubt is going to enter. It's too hard. There's so many obstacles. Why did I ever think I could do this? Maybe it's just too late. Maybe it just wasn't for me. Okay, so become aware of that, okay? Because when you become aware of it, you understand where you are actually giving your power away. Where we choose to remain small. with people and habits, addictions, distractions. Um, Jackson Brown. Oh gosh, you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm gonna have to paraphrase on this. But he said if a fight broke out between a stone and a stream, the stream would win each and every time. And not through strength, but through persistence. So our old patterns become visible. Where we might have been chasing emotionally unavailable people or overgiving and then resenting ourselves for it, or staying where there's no effort, okay, from the other side. You're giving it all in the relationship and you're not getting anything back, but you stay because you're afraid to be alone or you don't want to step into the unknown. You are capable, by the way, okay? Today is a day to understand what new boundaries need to be in place to create our own sense of harmony, balance, love. Or maybe it's how we are going forward. Maybe we need to look at that. Okay, look at our routines. Maybe we need to adjust our schedules, set time limits, set balance between the input and the output. And I think under this kind of energy, when it comes to our money, be very cautious. Be very cautious. Okay, impulse purchases. Go home and think about it for 72 hours. See if you still want it. Or maybe it's facing a financial reality that you've been avoiding. A statement, a credit card debt, a debt of some sort, or a loan you have to pay back. Or maybe you gave a promise. It was more through a conversation that you impulsively said yes to something that you definitely can't do. And you really have to decide on a simple, enforceable rule of no new obligations or debts this month before thinking it through, before understanding what I'm saying yes to. And wherever this energy is showing up for you, I mean, it requires patience. So think it through. Ask yourself, where am I trying to sprint in an area of my life that actually needs time or focus? Or where do I want those instant results instead of taking the time to build something that is going to be solid and long-term for myself? Because when we start to ask ourselves those questions, the solutions start to rise. And we're shifted from, I'm trapped, to, you know what, I'm going to build a bridge. Might take me 6 months, might take me 12 months, but I'm going to build a bridge out of the situation. And we don't need ginormous steps. Okay, today we could just decide to start a new savings fund for ourselves. Okay, where we're going to put away some money for maybe a trip or a course we want to take or a car or a home. Maybe it's updating your resume to match your dream job and then go out there and hand it out, even if it's volunteer work. Or start networking yourself, or get together with like-minded people, like-minded interests. This energy can be used to show us where we have been trying to sprint without a plan, to love without boundaries, to spend without structure, or to heal without any kind of treatment plan. So this is a day for patience, for understanding of how we want to go forward and looking at some of those details. Look at some of those things that we were just trying to sprint through rather than face it, deal with it. Okay, let's go to the cards. Oh, look at that. We got the Nine of Wands today. Now, I did promise somebody out there that I would say the story, so I will very quickly here. The Nine of Wands is, it's our accumulated past accomplishments that come forward now and have prepared us for the new path forward. The elevated path, the path that we didn't even know was available to us at one point in time. So legend goes, okay, the young lady, she's working for her father, and she makes threads and yarns and ropes of different colors and different fabrics and different strengths. And one day her father comes to her and says, we should pack and go and sell our wares. And while we're gone, we will look for a husband for you. And she said, okay, father. And she packed everything up. They got on the ship. There was a giant storm. And she finds herself washed up on shore, the only survivor. And these guards come and they take her away. And they take her and they put her in the marketplace and they put her for sale. And a man sees her and he thought, she could probably help me a lot. So he buys her and takes her and starts teaching her how to make different linens and tarps and different materials, cloth and tarps and whatnot. And one day he comes to her and he says, it's time for us to pack and go and sell some of this. And so she said, okay. And she started packing. And pirates overtook that ship. And they took her hostage. And they put her to work building the large masts for the sails and whatnot. And one night there was a horrible storm, and she finds herself the only one washed up on shore. And she gets up and she raises her fist and she's like, "Why? Why is it every time I finally get situated and in an environment that I feel comfortable and happy, and you do this to me? You just rip me right out of it, and I have to learn all over again life. Just how to survive. Why?" And these guards come up and say, "We need to take you to the emperor." And she says, "Of course you do." And away she goes. And when she gets in front of the emperor says to her, now there is a legend that there was going to be a single woman washed upon our shores, and she would build the most beautiful tents in all these colors that would just marvel the world. And people would come from near and far and bring to see these tents and bring with it great riches for my kingdom and for me. Are you this woman? And she thought about it, and she thought, yeah, I could probably do that. So he says, great, let's get to work. And so slowly, the tent she finally put the last poles in, and it all went up. And it was a great success. People came from far and wide to see her beautiful, colorful tents. And he pulls her back in front of her, and he says, how can I help? How can I thank you? Like, you brought all this wealth and happiness and riches into our lives. How can I say thank you? And she thought about it, and she says, a long time ago, I set out with my father to find a husband. Perhaps you could find me a husband. And he said, marry me? And she said, yes. And they lived happily ever after. And the point of the story is sometimes we don't know why we accomplish this and accomplish that over there, and then we're faced with this challenge and that challenge, and it all means something, because at the end of the day, okay, had we met the emperor when we were 18, leaving with our father to sell our threads and our ropes, we weren't prepared to even catch the eye of an emperor. So know that all the little steps we have taken have been for naught, is what I'm hearing. Okay. So don't get discouraged that it's past its time, or you should have done it a long time ago, you wasted time, or this just isn't right for you. Watch that right away today, because that's not the energy. Oh, who flew out? Look at that. Know that you love yourself. Know that you are worthy and you are deserving. Know that you can fill up that cup with happiness and balance and abundance and joy and celebration. How do you want to fill that cup? You're being asked, how do you want to fill that cup? So give an answer, give a reply. Make a promise to yourself, set a goal, put a dream or a passion in motion. We have the Chariot. The Chariot says, whoa now, okay, slow down. Pull on those reins a little bit. We don't want to just go charging in, right? We don't want to just sprint into a new path without first analyzing the path. It's foggy. We really can't see yet. We need a little bit more clarity and a little bit more understanding. So we need to back it up and understand what parts are missing in order for us to go forward with a sense of fulfillment, is what I'm hearing. So I'm going to use that word. I don't know how that fits in properly. And it's dark. We want the light to come in. We want the light to shine. We want to know that we are making the choices for the right reasons. Are we just trying to sprint over something? Or can we sprint over this because what we're going after here is very valuable and very important? We need it the whole way through. And we can always come around to that later. Like, really think out what you are planning. Strategy, I guess. And then the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is all about our perception and understanding that where we thought we were trapped, where we thought we were tethered to a certain thing and we couldn't go forward. There was some kind of wall in our way or limitation, a fear and anxiety holding us back from who we could become. And this is understanding that it's like we can rip the blindfold away if we choose to. We can stay in the dark if we want. We can tell ourselves the stories that work, that make us feel like, this is great. Or we can be truthful with ourselves of what we truly want, what we have passion for and desire for, and what makes us feel full of life and ready to experience every day with excitement and thrill and anticipation. And the Ace of Swords, the aha moment, the epiphany, we know what to do. We know what to do. So if we give ourselves some time, if we show our resilience and we can get through this, and if it's a wall, then okay, let's start building a door. Or maybe we're just trying to push too hard and we just need to stand back and get a new perspective of what we were trying to accomplish. And as we step back, we realize that we were pushing towards a door that said pull, that we could have gone through at any time had we just backed it up a little bit and gave it some thought and some energy, some focus, to have that aha moment, that epiphany appear in our minds. I can talk numerology and astrology, but I tell you, I get the cards in my hand and I just hit that energy just right. And wow, um, maybe I should just go back to reading tarot for you. Um, whew. Okay, we have get busy with the bee. Get busy with the bee. Okay, so it's not a hold back. I mean, this is Mars. Mars wants to do something. And Mars is feeling like, this sense of optimism and risk taking and this feeling of being alive. It's in Sagittarius. I mean, it's full of optimism and it just wants to go and expand and evolve and let's do it now, now, now. Okay, but Saturn is saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. You have to follow the rules. So it doesn't mean we come to a standstill. It's just that we have to walk with a sense of integrity. Look at that. It opens right up to B. Busy, active, goal setting, fertility. The happiest people are those who are too busy to notice whether they are or not. B tells you it's time to get busy. Instead of trying to get all your projects done by yourself, ask for assistance. Everybody has strengths. Some are leaders, some are followers. Know what category you best fit in, and then use it to your advantage. While you hate to clean, there's others who love it. While you may love to organize, others may need your direction on how to do that. Cooperation and delegation is key with B. Embrace B by taking small steps to begin the project or task in front of you, even if it seems impossible. Any action is action towards fulfilling your goal. One of the most important things to remember is, if you want to be successful, is that procrastination is your biggest enemy. Delaying things sabotages goals. So don't lose hope. Remain determined, resilient. B is also known for fertility, so this could be a sign to add a child to your life. Or maybe you hear from someone close that she is pregnant, or maybe you are finally giving birth to that passion, that dream, that desire of yours, or who you are to become. You may start an exercise program. B lets you know to motivate yourself. It's easy to work with a team. Instead of running on a treadmill, join a volleyball team. Instead of walking around the block by yourself, ask a neighbor to join you. The pressure you put on yourself will greatly decrease if you engage others who can help motivate you. So if you are not a self-starter and you know that about yourself, then get the right tribe around you and step towards a wonderful future. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.